I'm not even going to share it. I'll just follow it.
Okay.
We have no owner's comments. Meeting's been properly noticed. We'll call to order. Motion to adopt the agenda. I'll motion.
Second.
Okay, any objections? All right, we'll go forward with the agenda. Approval of the meeting minutes. I'll motion to approve the joint meeting minutes from December 17th and January 15th meeting.
We were not there, so we can't approve it.
Oh, you're right. Okay, then we will have to.
I mean, yeah. It'd be better if, we could, if you guys think it's fine and somebody looked it over, just to get it in the record.
I did.
Care. It's,
I did.
So I don't have an issue. Yeah.
Okay, you guys can abstain. So 1, 4, and 2 abstentions. Is that okay?
Yeah.
No, one of them has to vote in favor. One of them can abstain if they don't feel comfortable.
I don't. Lauren, do you want to have these approved like straight away? Because I could do it either way. So it doesn't matter to me.
It doesn't matter. We can put them on a upcoming meeting.
They're both like one page, basically.
Yeah, they're both one page.
Yeah.
Donna wrote them. We've looked at them. They look accurate to me, but it's a board action.
I read them. I read it. So it doesn't bother me. I did read it in the packet, so it doesn't matter. I can't approve it. I don't care.
Okay. Then all in favor? Aye.
Aye. Then. Yeah.
I'll abstain since I was not at the meeting.
Okay. Review communication manager, job duties, request, and wish list. So can we just go through a couple of the items? Some of these, I talked to Mike very briefly today, and it sounds like some of it is just miscommunication on my part. I was understanding what was being said, and maybe it just wasn't clear. So, Lauren, can you share that?
Yes, I will share.
Are you not anticipating Eric or Charles to join?
Nope.
Did they give you their feedback prior to the meeting, or?
They did not.
Oh, okay.
Eric had a work situation come up literally like 6 minutes ago. Charles declined last week after conversations about it. So
and I assume too, I think one of the big things is obviously Lauren, and staff, weighing in on this too, right? This is mostly, it's their hire, so probably need their opinion too, right?
Theirs is included. Theirs is included in the notes.
Yeah. Here. Okay. Got it. Okay. I can't see the notes, by the way, so yeah, so whatever you can, if you could describe or go through, it would be helpful for me.
Yeah, I think we can skip A. We can skip A and say everything in A is fine. So remove the strikeouts in section A. Section B, business outreach. The only confusion here was service point of contact for business related communications. Does that mean that every business is going to email the communications person, or they're just the point of contact that is the end contact for all that?
The idea was for that person just to be like the face that the businesses know, and we had asked for an updated contact list of, I'll give you a perfect example. Like our social media person wanted to reach out to that Katana Coffee, but we have no idea who the point of contact is for Katana Coffee. But Town Hall has that database that they were working on that has an owner or manager at each location. So we just want someone from communications who maintains that database and has those relationships, so that we can say, hey, who's the person we need to talk to at Katana for this, or, that type of thing.
So I'll say that's a joint venture. That's not just the communications manager. That's the events team, because they frequently reach out to new businesses. That's Jacob or I, depending on if there's a covenants or ARC issue, and then that database is updated. But we don't proactively go out and update that database, because for us as Town Hall, the true record is the property owner, not the individual businesses. To keep
But as
track
a
of all the
Kanoa,
businesses that go, to keep the Kanoa members, to keep a track of all the businesses that go in and out of all of the Kanoa as tenants of all the Kanoa businesses would be a task that would require more than just one person. I mean, think of all the businesses, Mike, in just the Seminole building. When they move in and out, we don't get notice. We don't have any idea if the chiropractor place leaves and somebody else comes in.
I understand that from a an office building type standpoint, but we're talking about like out there at Celebration Point, very visible, obvious businesses. There has to be some way of knowing who's coming and who's going. Water Tower Shops is getting that goat coffee and things like that. It's like we need someone that's proactive.
We don't know who they're subletting to those spaces until everybody else is notified by the signage. There's no mechanism that requires them to notify us other than an ARC application to change a sign.
Yeah, but at that time, we would be able to we'd have that point of contact.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not going to go out there and proactively look at people. It's going to be more of a passive updating of when we're notified that there's a change in businesses that will update that list.
Well, I think as the communication manager is doing some work for us, if they know a new restaurant's opening up, then they could reach out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to be perfect. And talking about the office building, is maybe there's an email that the communications manager sends out, yearly and says, this is the information we have for your businesses. Chuck Woodall from Unicorp at Celebration Point. Does this make sense, or that kind of thing? I mean, I don't think anybody's expecting every day they're going out, but if we know that there's an Italian restaurant opening up in Water Tower Place, Celebration Point, like there is, then maybe we should go out and try to find, talk to the developer or send an email and say, hey, do you have the contact info? You know what I mean? Something like that.
I would say I'm okay with that. I would say
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I just want to couch it in terms of they're not going to go proactively, monthly or quarterly email the Unicorps of the world and say, hey, do you have any new businesses coming out? It's when it comes to our attention that a new business is coming in, then we will engage with them and get them on the list.
And when it says light outreach and announcements, that's the type thing we're talking about. Okay, there's a grand opening coming up of goat coffee. Let's get that word out to people. Let's make that announcement on behalf of that business.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just saying it's not going to be a proactive hunting down new people. It's when we become aware of it, we will engage and try to get the word out.
Yeah, and that's why we put on there 3 to 4 hours a month. It's not a overly time consuming thing that requires daily treatment.
Just trying to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one can return to its normal written.
I'm going to propose some updated language with the passive versus active commentary, if that's okay.
Yeah. Will you mark up the original one?
But I think you have to be careful. I think you have to be careful with passive and reactive, because at the end of the day, it's not passive if you know that something's about to open and you reach out to them. That's active. There's going to have to be some active.
No, Lee, I'm saying I'm not actively hunting down new people. I'm saying when town hall becomes aware, then we will reach out. Like, I'm not proactively hunting down new people. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We want to be aware of everything that's visibly changing.
Yeah, it's very frustrating to us when
right.
It's frustrating to us as a Kanoa board when sometimes we find out about grand openings and new businesses through the back porch.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
there has to be some mechanism in place where we know about it before they do.
Unfortunately, there's not. Your owners aren't required to notify you of a new tenant.
But aren't signage requests and all that?
Yeah, but they are required to provide an ARC thing, but sometimes they miss that step and then we're catching it on the covenant side. There's a lot of ifs, ands, qualifiers to that.
All right, because as part of this
Yeah.
discussion under B, that's one of those things that we would like from town hall. If you get an ARC application for a sign, let us know immediately. Like, let us know, like, hey, there's a new business opening up, and so at least we have some heads up as to what's coming and going.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I think also, I mean, again, this list, as we say, helps covenants also. You know what I mean? Trying to get it slightly, complete as possible. But you're right, office buildings are, almost completely different, because when there's a covenant violation, you're not sending it to the office itself. These are more of a restaurant or that kind of stuff, and it helps with covenants because you're going to be going to the developer, and you're going to be going knocking on the door of the business itself also to get things done. So I think it helps everybody.
Okay, good. So Lauren will provide some language on that. The next one is resident discount programs, which is a Canoa initiative.
Scratch it all together. We're willing to just concede on that. Just
Okay,
eliminate it.
great. Website.
It seems like that could be a little bit too much work, probably. Yeah.
Website oversight. I crossed off provide one monthly update list to the website vendor, check for outdated or broken links once per month, coordinate appropriate, act as primary liaison, and then didn't cross out, act as primary liaison to Business Celebration website vendor and provide updates as requested. Lauren, are those strikeouts? I mean, once a month to just do an audit of.
I'll concede on a monthly audit.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah,
software
I'll
could do it,
concede
by
on
the
that.
way. Humans don't even do this anymore half the time, by the way. In fact, your IT manager could probably do this instead, but yeah.
And part of the website oversight, like reviewing once a month, for a couple hours a month, perfect example was today I was taking a look at the Visit Celebration site, and I noticed that there was like 8 places at Celebration Boulevard that didn't have logos. And within an hour, I got all the 8 logos and sent them over to Jen Grimes. Once the website's up and running, it's not going to be a very time-consuming job. It's just check use one of these broken link checkers that are free that you can, find out if there's broken links on the site, find out if there's logos that are missing. It's not a very labor-intensive thing that we're asking.
Yeah, that one's good.
And it has something to do with the last thing, right? Because if it's a new business, then you put on a new logo. So, it's just one of those things.
Okay, so we'll restore that one completely as it was originally stated.
Okay.
Is that added in communications database as it relates to Canoa Owner Association business? I think that's a reasonable statement. That's just
that lives in Cyranet, and it's auto updated as things convey.
Okay, so the communications database will be maintained by this role.
I mean, it's a Cyranet function, so somebody at town hall will.
Right. Yeah. I think that's important in all this stuff, Mike and Lee, is that everything will be, someone will do it. It may not be the communications person. Like you said, IT may look at the website, or Lauren may. We're going to this next one here, board communications and support, coordinate with legal counsel when required. Lauren would do that specifically. But after talking with Mike today, that's more formatting of documents and of language on legal representation notes, like violations and things like that. It's
Exactly.
not coordinating with legal counsel when someone is in arrears or collections or anything like that.
No, it's more of if there's a final notice that goes out or some type of warning that needs to go out, just make sure that everything that we're saying we're allowed to say. And in most cases, I'm sure Lauren has already done this. She's already proofed to make sure that what we're saying matches what our bylaws say. But if not, that's when we would want someone to consult with legal counsel, whether that be Lauren or the communications person helping to write the letter. It doesn't matter to us who does it. We just want to make sure that the message that we're sending out is legal and correct.
Yeah, I mean, that's a function that we do already.
Can you change that sentence,
Yeah,
Lauren?
but we definitely we found new stuff that we probably need to go through all communication and just make sure it has the right verbiage on it and everything else, and it's legal. That's kind of what we're saying, is that this is probably will be, unless it's something new, it's a one-time thing. And Lauren agreed to do this. We just haven't done it yet. Probably gone through everything we send to people, like things that go to the resident. We want to make sure it's compliant, but also necessary, and it should be, you know, marked up if necessary if it's not.
Those have been supplied to the Canoa board a couple of times. We just haven't gotten a comment back.
Can we change that?
Yeah, if there's something.
Instead of coordinate with legal counsel when required, it could be consult on compliance documents when requested.
Sure.
You got that, Lauren?
I mean, at the end of the day, this person's not going to be talking to legal. Probably going to go through Lauren, or unless Lauren
Right.
wanted the person to.
Yeah, that's why when it said
whatever, you know,
when it said coordinate with legal counsel when required, it was like, we don't need this person to spend money with Slayton to rewrite a document.
And as you can tell,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
like a maximum of 30 minutes a month we put on there. The most of the time, this will never even be used.
Right.
Once
That'll happen once.
we review the letters Lauren sent and we sign off on them for the template, this may never even get used in a year. We're just saying if there's new communication that needs to go out, we would want the person working on tone, clarity, formatting, make sure that what we're saying is legal.
Yep. And you have that in here, improve tone, clarity, and formatting. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Social media coordination. Serve as the primary liaison to the Canoa social media contractor. It just sounds like you want this person to supervise them.
But wait, which one are you talking about?
Social media
coordination.
4.4B.
Yeah, we're not asking for them to do the social media for us. It's more of for example, perfect example was this past week. You know, we're working on the places to photograph, like best places to photograph throughout Celebration. And my point was like, okay, Eliana, you need to talk to someone at Town Hall and make sure that whatever we're recommending people go photograph is not a resident only area that they shouldn't be recommending to people. So we just need someone at Town Hall that can be the liaison for very basic things like, okay, is this okay to advertise and promote, or is this a resident only event? Is this an area, just that type of thing?
Okay, so then I'm going to suggest some updated language to tweak it so it reflects that intent. Because right now it reads as you want them to be managing that vendor, when the board's been basically the one managing the vendor.
No, it said liaison. So that would be if the social media person needs something from Town Hall, they have a person that they can go to, not, we don't want them managing them.
Well, you said ensure content aligns with the broader Town Hall and Visit Celebration calendar. Like ensure content aligns with, it implies some sort of oversight and management. That's
okay. But again, that's one of those things where we asked Eliana get with someone at Town Hall to make sure that the areas that we're promoting are not resident only areas. And another example is we said, okay, they've got Pups and Pints coming up. Let's give that a whole bunch of extra promotion for them. They need someone that they can reach out to at Town Hall to say,
and then
hey,
also some of the stuff they're doing might want to go on your socials too, right, Mike? I mean, they're going to be using, some things to be cross-posted, and that's so they should be working together closely.
So liaison's fine. It's just it's the oversight piece that I agree with the intent that you're expressing right here.
If you left the first sentence and added the word resource in front of liaison? So they're a resource liaison, and that covers the intent.
Yeah. Good call.
Okay. And then, for example, all these logos that we're obtaining for the website and stuff, and I think that may actually be another section, but who's going to get those and put those somewhere so that they're owned by Canoa?
Yeah, I mean, that's somewhere further down.
Okay, I wanted to make sure that was covered.
4.5 strategic.
By the way, if there's anything that Lauren wants to add to this or staff wants to add to this, and it's not like, we're not perfect, and this is what we're talking about right now, and this is, you know, a living document. We're open to anything. You know, this, you know, just said, hey, come up with a list of things that we think that we need right now that we should do. Is, you know, don't, you know, at the end of the day, this is not something that we have to be, you know, adversarial about. You know, we're open to suggestions and everything else. This is what we think they're going to do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone agrees. The goal is to make this work for everyone.
We just want to have clear, established, you know, expectations. So, you know, your expectation isn't over here and our understanding of it isn't over here. So that's.
Yeah.
All right. 4.5 though, you wanted the entire thing stricken. Lee, since that's one that you wrote, could you elaborate a little bit more on that? The strategic and idea-driven work.
I have no idea what it is. What are we talking about? Sorry, I
It
can't see
says,
the screen.
I'll read it to
I'm
you,
only on the
Lee.
phone
It says, strategic and idea-driven work. The communications manager contributes ideas and initiatives that better support Kanoa businesses, including proposals, campaign concepts, coordination with special events, and input on visit celebration priorities. The note from the staff side and the Crow side is, this is not the role of a communications person. This is marketing and events team functions.
Well, I mean, they have to coordinate with the marketing and event team. I think at the end of the day, is what we're talking about is about 20-something hours of work. And we're talking about 42 hours in a month, which is 25%. So what we want this person to be, and I agree with you, but I think we've gone into issues where, for instance, this, you know, the event, 4th of July and Founders Day, yes, yes, those are special event things, but still at the end of the day is the communications manager. Somebody could have said and helped us and say, how do we coordinate this together and do this kind of stuff? You know, we're giving a list of things right now that we feel with time, but if you look at that list, is that there's other things that they might suggest in a month. What we don't want them to do is only on this list. So this is a placeholder for them to come up with maybe ideas or some other things, because again, like Nikki and her position at the end of the day is there's a specific thing, but she might come up and say, we need to do this to expand groups in town. We need to start doing events or doing something else. I mean, we're not robots, so there should be an opportunity for this person to think about other things to help the businesses in communication. In fact, this person who's in this position is a resident and has been around this for a long time. So there's things that they can come up with that couldn't be just on this list. It's unfair for this person to do 20 hours of work and say, I'm done with Kanoa work. At the end of the day, it's how else can I help Kanoa? There might be some other things that we come up with. So, I mean, it's just, I think it's one of those things when you look at that, they should probably be thinking of how can they help Kanoa and expand the business and do other things. I mean, there may be, I mean, I'd love to meet with them to think about things that they can do on the list with their time. I don't believe that they're spending that much time. I mean, you know, so.
The estimated monthly load with us removing the resident discount program is 16 to 21 hours a month. And I guess what he's saying is we don't want the extra 22 hours just being not used. Like, okay, I've already done what I had to do. I'm not doing anything more for them. We'd like some of those hours that are there, the extra hours between 21 hours that we have allocated and the 42 that we're supposed to be given, to be used to like create ideas, come up with some ideas like, hey, how can we better improve communications with the business owners? How can we better communicate business initiatives to the residents? That's what we mean in that section. We want them to come up with ideas on how we can improve communications.
Maybe it's a monthly newsletter to our businesses or to our owners. I don't know, but that person is a communication manager, should come up with some of those ideas that we haven't put directly in this thing, right? I mean, like my issue is if we say we want this person, you know, to do a monthly newsletter down the road, you're going to say, oh, it's not on the list. Well, it's in the thing. This person may come up with ideas. I mean, again, you know, every other employee, I don't know that that's the case, but this person is a communication manager or director. They should be figuring out how to improve communication, whether it's with residents or businesses, and it's not just in their job description, everything they do. So I think it's one of those things where,
Okay, but I understand the intent now. I'm going to propose just some slight tweaks to the verbiage and I think it'll capture your intent and get you what you need.
It's almost just the word better, because yeah, I agree that participation in these ideas and the campaigns and all that is good. The better support, I guess. See, Mike and Lee, the thing that when you say this statement and then say 2 to 4 hours, I personally feel like you're going to, at some point in March or April, say, okay, someone show me where 2 to 4 hours was spent on strategic and idea-driven work. And that may not be the case. Now, what I'm hearing is that's not necessarily the case. So you just want to provide other things to show where you'd like the effort focused. And you recap that at the bottom as well. Actually, it's the next thing, use of additional time. So I agree, Lauren can rewrite that in a way. It really kind of is just the word better. Support the strategic initiatives that better support Kanoa businesses. Because if they're just doing ideas that support businesses, better makes it sound like you need to improve what's already existing. So we'll see what Lauren comes.
I mean, hey, listen. I mean, this is right. This is a communications manager. They might think of better ways to do things, and we're open to ideas and we're open to help. I mean, we could do things better for sure.
Yeah, and if they have that extra time, that's what we're talking about. Like, present ideas. Like, hey, I have some great ideas of how we might be able to improve communications between the residents and businesses, and that's the type of stuff that we're hoping for.
This next section is the use of additional time. The strikeouts, Lauren, can you just rewrite this? Because now with everything we've discussed above this, some of that works itself out. So I don't think we need to actually even debate any of this, because some of the things above rework themselves here.
Yep, I could do that.
Because we will do.
Eric joined us. Eric, you're awfully quiet.
I like to stay quiet, so.
I think so what I just was talking about, since you can't see Lee, is like special events coordination was crossed out, but it sounds like maybe that doesn't need to be promotions with visit celebration. We just need to reword it in a way that it reflects the spirit of everything we have just been discussing, because some of it can come back into play now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're on the. Go ahead, Lauren.
I was going to say, this is the area where it also captures the central repository. I can pull out that note, and yes, we are the central repository for all of these celebration assets.
Yep, that can just, all of the notes can come out in your version. In fact, you should work off of the original version.
Yeah.
I think this is the last thing. Reports are quarterly, not monthly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have a problem with that? That's just contractual. A quarterly board meeting. Not reports. Quarterly board meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they'll attend the quarterly meeting. Sure. If that's a request, that's a fine use of time. Is that it, Lauren? Is there anything below?
What are you saying, that they can't do a monthly meeting? Is that what it is, or what?
The main comment from us was we provide weekly updates to the Kanoa board via Jacob, which would include updates from the communications manager, and the management report is provided to the Kanoa board monthly or quarterly, not monthly. So the communications manager update would be a quarterly report, not a monthly report.
So assuming the report looks like Crowa's report, I don't know that it does, but if it does, could there just be a communications section of that report, Jacob's weekly report, and then under that is, here's what communications did this week?
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like.
Great. I think that's fine. How do you guys think about that?
I'm fine with that, but I mean, you would think that probably in the beginning, when this person's new, they may want to spend a little bit more time making sure that, what we're discussing here today is achievable, and, ask any questions that they have.
Well,
And
they can
that's
always
Jacob's
return.
and my burden to
Yeah.
make sure that they understand it, that they achieve the goals.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you know, we started out with frequent meetings with our social media person, and then we got to less frequent and that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just one of those where I don't know. I'm hard pressed to say that we should only be having quarterly meetings with this person. It just sounds like, you know, it may be
So-
something that we need to have more. It just, you know.
From a town hall perspective, we're trying to align how town hall staff engages with each of the boards so it's consistent across the board. Typically, managers are not directly engaged with board members unless it has to do with the specific committee liaison. They don't engage with the board members as a whole without Jacob or I present. Generally, when it comes to board engagement, it comes to Jacob and myself, and the directives and changes and updates that the board is requesting are passed down from Jacob and myself to the appropriate staff members.
Yeah, no,
I
I
guess
get
my-
it, because you have probably a monthly communications meeting. You probably have a monthly finance meeting. You probably have a monthly special events meeting. You probably have a monthly recreation meeting. So the staff is meeting and kind of getting direction on a monthly basis, even probably more, and sometimes. And
I
think that's
will
kind
say,
of, you know.
so committees are advisory to both management and the board. Committees do not give directives to staff.
But staff attends those committee meetings and are
Agreed.
updating them on what's going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. We would lose too much time if we only met
Right.
every 90 days to figure out. I mean, to be honest with you,
We're not
let's
saying don't meet every 90 days on comm stuff. Outside the quarterly meetings, Jacob and I will attend monthly meetings with the board as we have been. And if there's a special occasion where we need to bring in the comms person for a portion of the meeting, fine. But I'm not going to confirm that they're going to be meeting with the Canoa board as a whole on a monthly basis. That's not
Okay.
consistent with our practice.
That's fine. We just want to make sure that
But
we're
I think
meeting.
I think
Go
we
ahead,
want to meet with a comms person on a monthly basis. It's like almost like the committee at the beginning. We want to make sure we're in line. We want to make sure we spark ideas. We kind of, I mean, you know, I mean, if you're talking meeting somebody who's 25%, I mean, I don't think it's outrageous. I don't think there's an issue. I guess the question is, what's the issue with meeting a comms person once a month for an hour to discuss? I'm not sure what the issue is.
It's just out of standard practice with the entire rest of the organization. But as long as that's happening within
Who
1.5.
cares?
Yeah, but don't you have a comms committee?
Well, we have
Yes, but once again, the comms
what does it
committee
matter?
is not providing
We're
directives.
different.
Yeah, I know. I didn't get to finish. I was
Yeah.
going to say, but as long as it's within the 1.5 to 2 hours that's allotted for this, and that's part of the thing,
Right.
it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
So but we're talking about two different things. This
It
says
might be unnecessary very soon, but it may be something we want to. It's something that our board thought that we need from the beginning with a new person to kind of align ideas and that kind of stuff. Again, like the social media person, we did it regularly and we do it less regularly now.
I think
how
the
often
difference
does
is
your
you have
comms
it
committee
say.
meet?
Hold on, let me say this. It says attend a monthly Canoa board meeting. There aren't monthly Canoa board meetings, so that's why this one was weird. Because
Yeah, and maybe we could say a monthly communication, call it a task force of board members or something like that to talk about it, because that's kind of how our social media is. It's the same way. We have a social media meeting, and whoever shows up can show up. Basically, it's literally like that.
okay, so
So
Lauren
maybe
can,
it's. I don't
I'll
want
update
to scare anybody into thinking. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
probably
Lauren,
the
how
wrong
often
wrong phrasing, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, how often does your communications committee meet?
once a month.
monthly. But once
Right.
again, they're not getting directives from this committee. Directives need to come straight through Jacob and I.
That's
And
fine.
we
I
agree.
mean,
I think when we do our social media, we don't have a whole board and we don't vote on it, and we have to take it back to the board. And if it's something big, then we would take it back to you and the board and vote on it. So it's more just discussion and kind of stuff like, yeah. So, okay. I think it's a little bit in between, I guess. We're a smaller group, I guess.
You're just
But you're a
removing the
board,
word board meeting
nonetheless,
out of
and the
this,
stress
and it's meeting.
that the stress and
What's that, Eric?
consultation between board members are with Lauren and myself. The issue that we have that elevates from our management team below us is the concerns on getting misdirection between our management and board communications that are one-off or as a full board.
Right. Like no CROA board
get it.
member, no CROA board member can tell a manager, like I can't tell Nikki, I need you to go do this. If I can have
I get
Nikki
it.
do something, but I got to tell Lauren to do that.
100%. I understand that. And maybe there's some way we could do it. I think I understand. I mean, I understand why we're trying to do it. It just makes more sense. And I don't know if, again, it's direction, or we have to do better at making sure we're not giving direction in those meetings, or we're talking about process, or maybe it's, again, the first 2 months, Jacob and Lauren are there, I guess, and just talking communications and, that kind of stuff. I don't know.
So Lauren can
I think-
reword that in a way that works.
Yeah.
I think sooner than everyone expects, we'll get to a place where a lot of these monthly meetings aren't going to even be necessary once we get everything rolling.
Right.
This is just laying the groundwork at this
Yeah.
point.
Well, like I said, we have an hour and a half to 2 hours, maybe more with some of the other changes that had happened up above. So there is time within the block for that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. I don't think there's anything else. There's nothing else.
The only thing is the monthly accountability snapshot. Again, that would be a Kanoa quarterly report,
But weekly updates.
but with weekly updates, yeah, of what they're doing.
Okay.
Okay, so this sounds like a lot of the confusion here was in language. Because we kind of just got to agreement on almost everything here, I think. Lauren, how quickly can we have changes?
Give me till end of business tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys want to look at do we want to meet on this next week to finalize it?
Lee, are you in town?
Yeah. I mean, what's the process? Do we have to? I mean, again, it's you asked for Kanoa to give us the list of what it is, our 25%. I mean, why are we only approving Kanoa's 25%? We haven't seen, so I'm not sure the process why we're doing it. I thought we were each doing that so we can kind of see if town hall, if a one person can do this job or whatever. I mean, we certainly are under 42 hours, that's for sure.
We can provide, probably not by tomorrow, but we can provide the 75%. I know that exists because there's a job description of that, and we know exactly what that role is.
But I don't even think we need it, quite honestly, because I don't mean to care, but again, it's Croa's job person. We're doing that, and our job is to try to align, and it's not even separate in a way where we think that business should be part of the discussion, where hopefully we're partners in this, and even a 25% partner, so I don't think we need to say that, but what do we need, or do we have to have a board vote on our Kanoa part? Or I'm not even sure we need to do that. Maybe Lauren sends it to us and our board says, yeah, that's great, Lauren, and we agree as a board, maybe the Kanoa board, and then she just says, I don't really know what the process is.
Yeah, I mean, since we're not amending the cost sharing agreement, I think if we just have email tacit agreement to these are the services that are currently agreed to being supplied to Kanoa by town hall staff.
Right.
Then I think
Just
we're in
consensus on it overall.
Yeah,
that's great. Then that's even better.
And Lauren,
right,
after seeing
time, I think.
Lauren, after seeing our side, what we're expecting for the 25%, and you already know what Croa's expectations are, do you feel this is a one-person job and that they can be successful in it?
I believe so, but I'll reserve comment until Jacob and I can completely confer.
Okay.
I think it really has to do with the person who's in the role and the pace with which they work. What
Okay.
we've seen previously was there was a pace issue with previous people in this role.
All right.
And you'll know on a weekly basis if
Yeah.
things are happening. So
Yeah.
you'll be able to raise that alarm of like, if in 3 weeks you don't have any history of things getting done, you'll be able to bring
Yeah.
that up
Yeah.
with management directly.
And we as a board would like to get past all this in terms of working together and just, getting our, at the end of the day, it's tough when you change people. So hopefully this will not be the case. And we have a
Yeah.
list. Actually, this might help Lauren even if you do change people, here's the stuff the most important things that we need done, that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's only good stuff, I think.
Okay, then Lauren can send this out and everybody can agree collectively over email. That's even better.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
The only reason I was asking on a timeline is because it would be nice next Wednesday for Eric and I to be able to tell the Crow board this is done. Like just to check it off the list. That was all.
If you
I think
send
we
it
should
to
do
us, I'm
that.
sure.
Lauren sends us her stuff. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we'll send it around to the Canoa board, and then we'll say, do you guys have any issues with this? Anything to change? And then we'll go back and whatever. And then I think we'll be done in 24 to 48 hours from there. So try to get it done by, for sure, your deadline might be better, for sure.
Before Lee sent this out, the board voted on it to move forward with it. So
Correct.
getting the tiny bit of
Right.
amendment.
It wasn't my
is
thing.
easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, there's not big changes here.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
clarifications.
Are you redlining it, Lauren, or how are you gonna do it? What's the best way for you so we can kind of see the changes? Because our board didn't see Jared's changes, his suggestions. We just didn't want to, until we got to our meeting. So
I will convert the
are you just
PDF.
gonna?
So Lee, I'll convert the PDF that you sent to everybody to a Word document
Okay.
and redline it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, that's perfect then. That'd be easier. Thanks.
Okay, great. That addresses that. There's another topic on the agenda of using email addresses, which I don't even want to discuss unless anybody else does.
No discussion here.
Then any other board comments?
No.
I do have something I'd like to bring up about the water tower itself. I think we had town hall staff, and Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong, that they did originally the pulley system or the new system and all that stuff. I think it's way too low. The pups and pints you're sitting at the light, you couldn't even see it. I think we need to have a sign. I do have a name of signage company, that kind of stuff, that maybe can kind of get new pulley system and raise it. I think we need to do that. It doesn't make sense to spend the money on the banners when it's so low, and also the lights need to be redone because there's no lights on the banners at night. Those are my two things, and I don't know how do we get there. Maybe just leave that with Lauren and we can discuss it. Maybe for the next meeting you get some suggestions I can help with or something like that. But I just think it needs to be done, and I think that our board would be willing to take a burden of it if needed.
So Lee, if you want to send me that signage vendor, we'll assign it to, we'll
Yeah.
work on it internally. I know we brought the
Okay.
lights up to our maintenance team. It's just been with
Okay.
a bunch of other emergent items that came up with some water main breaks and things, it got shoved to the side.
Yeah.
Do we know what happened to
Yeah.
the original
Okay.
lighting? Because originally at the top of the water tower, there were lights that protruded outward from the upper level of the tower and shined up on the actual tower itself. Do you have any idea what happened to those?
I can try to find out, but I have
It
no idea.
corroded and fell off, if I remember correctly.
Oh, well, there you go.
Okay. Because the
I think
protruding
because they
lights
were
that
pulled
shined
out
up.
when they were painted because they were falling off.
Oh.
So I don't know what's still left up there, if like the conduit's still there or anything.
Probably not, because anything that wasn't structurally required was removed
It was removed.
under this last renovation.
Okay. The reason I mention that is because the actual word celebration kind of gets lost in shadows when you're trying to use only uplights. Those protruding lights at the upper
Right.
tier actually lit up the word celebration on the
100%.
tower.
We can add that to
Yeah, and I
the
remember,
the
Lauren,
list
like
of
you said,
things.
you tried to do it yourself. I mean, we tried to do it quickly and had our own staff, but maybe we want to, again, we want to put some LEDs on it. We want to do something that, to make it nicer. We could do red, white, and blue for Christmas. We can do, anyway, how about this? I'll work with Lauren and we'll bring it back to the board and we'll try to get something, down the road as quickly as possible to bring back if we need to.
Great.
Okay.
It's possible this is the last time that I will be in one of these meetings with you. So thank you all for
Oh, that's
as
right. Yeah.
Thank you. As we had the transition from TCC to this, it's been an adventure, to say the least.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh?
Well, thank you very much, Jared. I think
Yeah, thank
did a
you for
great
serving.
job.
Thank you guys for your patience and your time with all this. I appreciate it.
When is your last day on the board?
March 4th.
Oh, yeah, it could be very soon then. This could be your last meeting.
It still feels really far, but yeah.
Not that he's counting down the days or anything.
I am
Yeah.
counting down the meetings. After this, I only have 2 more meetings. So, so yeah. All right. Well, then if that's
And
everything,
it could be everybody's, right? Is that because the Grow Board
This
could
is
vote
true.
all new people, or how is it going to work?
no, there's only one new
Right?
person
So,
coming in.
yeah.
There's only one new person coming into the board, so there will be, but they will do re-elections of this group. Yes, I'm sure.
They could still
right,
get rid of me.
Right. So it could be right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully, Eric stays here for some continuity.
I hope so.
Don't
That
hold
would
out
be great.
hope, Lee.
That
So,
would be great.
you might still be stuck
Yep.
with me.
Yeah.
All right, a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Second.
I'll contribute that.
I make a motion.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right. Thanks. Take
Thanks.
care. Bye.
Bye.